Last month, we showcased one of Kevin Brown's recreations of one of Pete Aardema's incredibly rare Moser engines, originally designed over 50 years ago by Richard Moser and Harvey Crane. Today, we're going to take it a step further as we attempt to start Pete and Kevin's second Moser engine build for the very first time. I am truly grateful that Pete and Kevin have given me a chance to wire up this unique masterpiece and to see if we can bring it to life with a Haltech 2000 ECU. While this may seem straightforward, it's not easy. We're going to let the cameras roll and capture every moment as it unfolds. We hope you enjoyed today's segment. Thank you.
So, yeah, Pete, if everything goes right, hopefully we'll get this thing making some noise today.
Well, you've been working on it for quite a while. You're putting the Haltech EFI on it?
There's the computer. I know it looks like a lot of spaghetti.
Yeah, this is a Moser, if nobody knows what it is. It's a Moser that I bought from Crane Cams. I bought everything he had left from Richard Moser and Crane.
Yeah.
Crane died about 5 years ago, and I bought a dozen sets of heads and all the pieces. Not enough to build one engine. And the way Moser designed it, he had a gear on each cam, and then a third gear that ran off the crankshaft. So because of two gears, the cams all turned backwards.
Yeah.
And that was a big problem for us. So we put the gear drive off a boat on the crank to the pushrod cam. So now the pushrod cam's turning backwards, and then we wrapped a belt around all 5 camshafts. And then there's this tensioner in here, which we can adjust for getting the belt tight. But this belt actually goes to the pushrod cam down here.
Okay, I see it, yeah.
I mean, the throttle bodies are Richard Moser Crane. These we made, we put bearings in here because the first one we put together, because of the dry bearing, it's a Babbitt bearing.
Okay.
It rides right there in the head, or right in the cam box. It was too much work to get all 5 cams or all 4 cams running. So we put Torrington needle bearings here. Not Torrington, Timken.
Okay.
No, Torrington.
Is that similar to what the V12 has a roller bearing?
Yeah, all our engines have needle bearings up here now. Because it helps getting them, once the motor's turning, it's all right, but it's hard to get it
And then these are the cam
turning.
boxes that you and Kevin made, right? Or
Yeah,
Kevin
we made these.
manufacture those?
We didn't get any of these cam boxes from Moser. So we made these, Kevin made these on the CNC, and then we made valve covers for it.
They're over here. I'm just getting them ready because I'm gonna set the valve covers here.
They're just square tubing, and we cut in half, a rectangle tubing we cut in half, welded the end on it, and rounded the edges. So they're
The other way.
yeah. Well, this is this side. Anyway, that's how they go.
Yeah.
I don't know why well, they fit really tight. There you go.
Is. Yep. Just get it going.
Oh.
So yeah, so you guys basically assembled this whole top end. You made the plenum, right? The intake. Those are, and then we're wiring up the Haltech on it.
And this is the second one we've built. Cal's got the other one in his car, driving around. He's been driving for 3 years now.
Yeah. And his is carbureted.
This is carbureted with a distributor. This has got Haltech and Haltech ignition.
So this might be if this thing runs today or runs here soon, this might be the first electronic fuel injection Moser out there, 4-valve out there. So,
Chevrolet's got their own now. They're 5.5 liter, 600 horsepower Corvette engine, Z06, which is very similar. In fact, architecturally, it's identical.
And
I don't know how they drive it. I don't know if they drive it with a belt or chain.
And this originally came out in 1971 in that magazine of Hot Rod. So, and I don't know if folks can see here, we had to modify. This is going to be your camshaft position sensor.
Right.
And that is actually grafted. This is a Ford camshaft position sensor, but it's actually, Kevin welded that onto a distributor shaft for a Chevy 350. And then you got all of your 8 coils in the valley. They're really hard to see. They're down there in the valley hidden.
And trying to keep it clean, keep the coils off the top of the engine.
Yeah. Well, it does.
Less is have the cams on, or the coils on top. Looks a little hokey, but.
So yesterday, cranked it over. I got good oil pressure out of all the coming out all of the cam journals. It gets about 40 psi on the gauge,
Right.
so it's got a lot of oil flowing. Fixed a couple little leaks, and I think like today, like I said, we're gonna put the valve covers on, connect up a few more wires on the Haltech, load the tune, and hopefully she'll make some noise.
Right. Okay.
So, all right.
Super.
Thanks,
Good.
Pete.
Top dead center.
Start TDC right now.
And so this has to be 5 teeth ahead of that.
So I'm getting ready here to connect the coil wiring loom. And here's your loom for the coils. These are just using the standard type of LS 4-wire coil. And based on the Haltech wiring diagram, you have to wire it a little bit differently. You actually are not going to use a computer signal ground, so there's no 5-volt low reference ground. You're using basically the cylinder head ground for the LS style coils. I'll move around here so you can see the coils. But here are the coils right here down through the valley. And it's going to be fun snaking them in and getting the wire loom hooked up to each individual coil. We've got all the injectors made. So again, we had to make the harness. So this is the harness for the injectors. We're just using a standard DOHC connector. And then I purchased these standard LS, 5.3 coil looms online. And I'm using 2 of them. And those are wired also into the Haltech. So hopefully if all goes well here, we'll be able to hook up the loom and we'll power up the computer, see if we have active data. And then we have to work on the cam and crank sensor. So here's your cam sensor at the back. This again is grafted from a Chevy 350 distributor housing at the bottom. And then this is a Ford, like a Ford Ranger, Ford Taurus type of camshaft position sensor that went at the back of the block. That's how Ford ran them. Again, it's just a standard 2-wire reluctor. That's been grafted on, so we actually have some adjustment in the camshaft position sensor. And then over here in the front, we're going to be running our external tone wheel. As you can see, the tone wheel here, we have 24 teeth minus 1. And then this is also a standard Ford 2-wire reluctor crankshaft position sensor. As I have spark, which is good. So this means I have spark. I know I have injector pulse width because I check that too with the Noid light. So really at this next point now is we have to set the TDC offset angle with the timing light. But this is good news. We are communicating with the Moser, so we are getting much closer to making this thing actually start up and run. Yeah, I don't know if I should add more timing.
It is popping through here.
It is?
It did.
Okay, do you want fuel this time or no?
Try it again.
No fuel?
Try it again.
No. So that's worse.
Something's still not right.
Yeah. No throttle. No fuel, no throttle. Ready? No.
It's too far advanced now. You gotta take some timing out of it. I backed it off like 10.
Okay. Ready?
That was with fuel, right?
No, fuel wasn't on.
No fuel?
Yeah. It was running off the fuel rail. Same time.
Okay, are you gonna give it fuel?
I'm gonna give it a little bit of fuel and then I'm gonna shut it off. Okay, let's just see. Ready? Got a vacuum leak.
Getting better. Greg.
It was, yeah, it was going down to like 2 and 3.
What was your RPM?
fuel pump.
No, it's still
Fuck no.
it's still got to be fatter than fuel.
It is real fat.
Because I mean, those have to be pumping a ton of fuel to be keeping.
All right, Pete. So you heard it. It ran.
Runs.
We ran it as you walked out of here. We ran it a little bit
Yeah,
longer
I heard it
last
run.
time.
And it runs.
So it's running. We have something going on in the fuel trim though.
Yeah.
It's running really, really fast. So when it
You're
runs,
a beginner at this.
I'm a beginner. It's not easy. This is my level of rocket science. This will be my dissertation, my master's project. But what do you think so far?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Great.
It's hitting on all cylinders, it appears to be.
Yeah. We just got to work this computer out. I know nothing about these things. Nothing. Zero.
Well, it's a,
Kevin said this has to be locked down.
we still gotta synchronize the cam sensor. But overall, it's the only code that it has. It keeps setting a code for this, so that's a cam sync code. So, and then it's running really, really, really rich. So
Well, you can figure that out.
yeah.
That's all on the fuel table.
So
That's great.
it's a runner.
We know we need a car.
Now you need a car. You know, so this is like a 70. This is like this came out like in 70, 71, right?
Right.
So I think you should get
Find
like.
a Camaro.
I think a 1971 Camaro with a Rally Sport or the Z28 with a roller with no engine in it. This would be cool.
Yeah.
That was my first car, 71 Camaro. So,
I like the
Where is it?
67A.
so well, I'll come by tomorrow and play with it again.
Okay. Looks good too.
Make some more noise.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
died
don't
today.
like these things. This is the one mistake we made.
What's that?
This round of it up here.
That looks good.
Needs to at least be polished.
Oh, we can polish it.
There's bolts missing.
We should have made them square and matched it up.
But yeah, these bolts are missing too.
Yeah, what were your plans going to be for this engine?
I gotta find a body.
I thought the plan was trying to get it on TV, but now the TV shows are all canceled. So.
Yeah, what I wanted to do was compare it to a, like an LS push rod.
Yeah.
See the horsepower difference.
Well, technically it's not an LS though. This is more just the old
They had
23
the
degree
L25s
head.
on.
But
They
it's
had
a
the
23 degree head. It's
L- 350 cubic.
I know, but the block is like from a 350 with a 23
Well,
degree
90
head.
degree V. How much can you change that?
Yeah.
But they had the LT5, a story about the LT5, and they made 400 horsepower.
Did you see the guy's YouTube video about that? There's a guy who did a YouTube video about the LT5, how it was a really good motor and stuff.
Well, I'm pretty stoked it's firing up.
My,
Got a dyno
my
one.
degree wheel I made worked, or the
So far.
elector or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg.
So we'll get
Happy
it.
Turkey Day.
Yeah. Well, I'll swing by tomorrow. I got to go help this guy down the street with a Model A, an original Model A Ford. He can't get it started. Well, that's it for this segment. We hope you enjoyed seeing this Moser fire up for the very first time. We need to do a lot more tuning. We need to adjust the pulse width and injector dead times. We hope to have this thing tuned pretty soon, and we'll upload another video of this thing running. Thanks again.
Okay, I'm gonna go home.
All right.
Okay, I'll
We'll
see
see
you
you.
tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.